The bishop decried the spate of environmental degradation in the country.
Synod is a fundamental event on the calendar of the Methodist Church of Ghana. During this period, the Methodist Church takes stock of its activities and share ideas. On this occasion, it is assessing the impact of the Church on society. This edition focuses on the theme, Go and Make Disciples of All Nations, consolidating the gains in evangelism, church growth, and infrastructural development. In his address to the congregation, Right Reverend Asaribedi Akun touched on the various achievements of the church under his 5-year stewardship, highlighting the developmental projects carried out by the Sunyan Diocese. They include infrastructure, health, education, entrepreneurship, agriculture, and the provision of potable water to deprived communities in the catchment area of Sunyan and beyond. Touching on socio-cultural concerns, the Bishop of Sunyan Diocese said human beings are stewards of God, but the gross neglect and abuse of natural resources is making the planet less hospitable. He called for stringent measures to be put in place by the government to deal with the problem.
The contamination and destruction of our water bodies, the menace of plastic waste and littering, open defecation, indiscriminate burning of vegetation in the bush, and illegal lumbering and lack of reforestation of cleared areas are all human activities that have negative impact on our quality of life. The singular activity that has the greatest potential to destroy the whole country is galamsey.
Another concern of the bishop was the acts of lawlessness by the groups alleged to be aligned with leading political parties in the country. He backed the notion that calls for the dissolution of such groups in the country for security reasons. Earlier, the bishop led the congregation to offer intercessory prayers for the good of the country.
You're watching News Hour live on GBC24. We go for a quick break. We'll be back shortly. Ashanti Gold continued their winless streak in the Ghana Premier League. The main soccer fraternity was thrown into despondency following a defeat the Premier Club Accra had to fork on Obuasi yesterday. The clinical finish by Paul Accra in the second half was all that the Phobians needed to establish their superiority in a game they dominated. The Obuasi club has recently been dogged by a wave of defeat and resignation by substantive coach Bashir Hayford, who threw in the towel at some point in the crisis, but had support would count Ash Gold crisis a blessing and an opportunity to climb up the league table. The 2017 edition of the Magdan West Africa Tennis Open Championship has been launched. Winners will take home $10,000 cash prize and giveaways from the sponsors.
The best professional tennis players from Benin, Togo, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana are expected to converge on the tennis court of the Accra Sports Stadium to battle for honours in this year's Magdan West Africa Tennis Open Championship. This year's competition has been scheduled to start from April 24 to 29th of April. The CEO of the Magdan Group of Companies, Mr. Daniel Macaulay, announced the prize money at stake for the winners.
This year is going to be a wonderful tournament. And as you are all aware, the prize money keeps increasing. This year the prize money is $10,000. We want to see the youth playing picking the tournament out of the Nigerians. Last year they did well, but the Nigerians took all the money away. But this trip, I want to see the Ghanaian youth tennis players taking almost all the prize money.
The Magdan Open West African Tournament is aimed at helping in unearthing and producing internationally competitive tennis players for the country.
The Ghana Arm Wrestling Federation has organized a basic and introductory arm wrestling training for coaches of the security services in Ghana.
The Armed Wrestling Federation will, on the 22nd of April this year, stage the first national championship at the Accra Sports Stadium. Ahead of the championship, officials of the federation have organized a one-day seminar on introduction to the training of the trainer program. The event attracted officials from the Ghana Navy, Army, Air Force, Police, Fire, Immigration, Prisons, and Ghana Revenue Authority, Customs, Excise and Preventive Service SEPS. The General Secretary, who doubles as Technical Director for Ghana Armed Wrestling Federation, Mr. Hussein Akote Adi, took participants through the rules, techniques and jargons in sports. Some of the officers shared their experience.
Arm wrestling since that immemorial in our parlance and quantity we have been doing, but right now it's more scientific, so it's very good that we come around and learn the scientific aspect of it. So this seminar is not that bad, it's good for us, all of us who are here, so that we can impact it on our athletes who will be competing in the competition I think in 3 weeks to come.
As we are going back, we are also going to prepare our people so that we can come fully to come and compete.
The president of the Ghana Armed Wrestling Federation, Mr. Charles Osei Asibi, is positive the sports will reach other regions soon.
As part of our activities for the year, we decided to embark on development as we continue to promote the sport. And we see the security services as a major key stakeholder. We feel that they have strong men to represent this nation. So if we want to develop sports, we can't do without them. That's why we brought them together. After the security services group, we're also going to work with the tertiary institutions, we'll work with corporate groups and GES to make sure that we have been able to train trainers. So this is part one, basic for training of the trainer.
In May, another seminar is expected to be held. An expert from Egypt doubles as a referee of armed wrestling on the continent will lead a seminar which will lead to certification being awarded to participants.
Payment is next shortly after this break. Thanks for staying on. Ghanaian-born Sam Ochre is making waves in Korea's film industry. The 24-year-old featured in a recent Korean film titled Intimate Enemies, where he plays the part of a migrant worker struggling with racial discrimination.
Today we will look at weeding and overhead shade reduction.
Weed control. Weeds compete with your cocoa trees for nutrients. They take out nutrients from the soil that should go to the cocoa tree. They attract insects and diseases onto your farm, so you must weed your farm regularly so that the cocoa trees get enough food and essential nutrients to produce more healthy pods.
Overhead shade reduction. Shade trees help to regulate drought during the dry season. However, if there are too many of them, they cause high humidity, which causes diseases like black pod disease. There should be 5 to 6 trees per acre. To kill unwanted trees, use your cutlass to remove the bark of the excess trees. Coat the exposed area with engine oil or salt water. This kills the tree slowly. First, the leaves drop to the ground, and then the branches fall before finally the trunk dies. Less humidity will make your pods grow strong and healthy.
The sun is in the northern hemisphere, so protect yourself and then also avoid this part of the day between 11. So we see safe times to out. Before we take leave of you, a look at the stories which made the headlines today. Christians all over the world are observing the Palm Sunday that commemorates the triumphant entry of Jesus Christ into Jerusalem. In Ghana, church members across the country poured into the streets to mark the day. Kumasi Airport is to be upgraded to international standards. The Aviation Minister, Madame Cecilia Dapar, said this when she inspected the airport and a land earmarked for a new terminal. Thanks for joining us for the News Talking Point. It's next with George Sappho.